What's going on, guys? This is Evan the Dark Souls enthusiast, bringing you some more Dark Souls gameplay commentary on the PlayStation 3. This is more Moonlight Greatsword gameplay commentary. I know I promised in this video I would do the actual setup of this class, but I wound up scrapping it because I just found a new setup that I like much more. It's radically different, and it might be controversial for some, but the next video will feature a class setup for my new and basically permanent Moonlight Greatsword build. I've experimented with just about everything and finally discovered what I like. So, with that said, let's jump right into it. This is more of the Force stuff, and I'm... Of course, this guy blasts me with a Crystal Soul Spear, and that's fine. I still destroy my target. But it's pretty funny when people do that, and it's actually, if you're playing a Moonlight Greatsword build, you might as well go ahead and spring for the full 50 intelligence for Crystal Breath and the strongest magic you can get on your Tin Crystallization Catalyst. But as I was saying, it's actually pretty interesting that if you sort of invade a forest area in a 2 vs 1 situation, or really if you see another forced guy getting 2v1'd or you're getting 2v1'd, if they haven't found you yet, if you spawn in a convenient location, they're not actually like going after you, hide with Chameleon, or just hide behind a tree with like a Ring of Fog, or just hide behind a tree period, as long as you don't have auras revealing your location. You can just kind of chill until another forced invader comes in, and then you can wait until the host and his phantom try to like 2v1 the forced invader, and then you can sort of Crystal Soul Spear people from behind. You wind up getting a lot of easy wins, and they're actually pretty legit. There's really nothing dishonorable about it. If they want to 2 vs 1 gank your buddy, then you showing up mid-fight and blasting everybody with extremely damaging magic sounds like a really good plan to me. I don't know. But I do know there is something I want to talk about, which is actually invasions versus dueling. Because for me, there's a big difference on what I expect out of the players in fighting and of how I expect myself to play. In an invasion, I'm basically red-eye orbiting into someone's world in random spots. Say, Anor Londo, the Depths, Demon Ruins, the Catacombs, etc. You get the idea. To me, if you're using your red-eye orb anywhere but the Kiln or the Undead Burg, I sort of expect people to just do whatever they want, i.e. I fully expect them to summon 2 phantoms if possible, chug the flask, and I fully expect them to either be not PvP geared at all, or be rocking full giants and BK mask. That's all fine. Whereas in the Kiln, I'm kind of expecting things to be 1 vs 1. The designated dueling areas, which I previously listed, I do expect people to have the courtesy to keep it 1v1. As for the strategies they use, really anything goes. I'm not going to say that people shouldn't backstab farm or, Hornet's Ring, Rapier people, instant kills, things like that. No, that's all fine. If it's in the game, I guess you just have to accept it and deal with it. There's strategies that I prefer to play against, and fighting a poised tank with a Rapier is probably my least favorite enemy to fight against, but at the same time it is what it is, and I accept that. But there is a big difference in what you should expect in dueling areas. In general, when I go to the Kiln, people don't summon phantoms, they don't flask. The same with the Burg. People seem to actually do honor duels, and honor duels, the only rules I know that seem to be definite across the community are don't flask and don't pull mobs to help you. But anywhere else, and don't summon phantoms, of course, and hence why it's a duel. But with that said, that's just something I've sort of noticed, so I guess with that saying, I guess I'm bringing this up to sort of curtail the huge amount of comments I've been getting. Well, not even comments, private messages. People seem to have the dignity of when they have a complaint to throw them in a private message over on the video, but you can throw them on the video, guys, that's fine. I don't mind people speaking their mind, even if it's negative, as long as it's constructive. But basically, if it's an area that's an invasion area as opposed to a designated dueling area, and I invade, if I can jump the host from coming out of from behind a wall or anything like that, I'm absolutely going to do it. Just like I kind of expect them to flask and everything like that. not everyone's going to fight fair everywhere you go. Now, with that said, if I invade somebody and the host basically decides, hey, I'm going to bow at you, and, you know, it's going to be one of those kind of deals, hey, that's cool too, I don't mind. Oh, and this guy right here, I'll invade this guy a couple times with the armor set there. This person kind of gets my, you are a member of the Jerkwad Community Award. Not because he has a Phantom, not because of his item setup, no, all of that is fine. The reason I am angry is, I don't know if you noticed, when he healed extremely quickly. He healed quicker than a flask, and he healed for full life. And how he's doing that is he's using the item Divine Blessing, which I'm sure most of you have probably encountered in a regular playthrough. It's a rare item, but it's not so rare you can't find it. But my point with that is, Divine Blessing is not common. Like, you know, you can take an hour of your life and farm 99 humanity. That's a pretty reasonable quest to undertake, and I've definitely done it. Just like at the same time, flasking, everyone has access to that. Oops, and I get caught by the solar arrow there. Probably would have won anyway, but got caught by the solar arrow, definitely didn't win. And of course, his buddy has to mash the shrug. That's pretty normal. But, because of the new Bottomless, not really new anymore, but the Bottomless box glitch, not only did it remove all challenge out of the game and ruin low-level dueling, it basically allowed people to have 99 of any item they wanted. You know, there's actually a mule going around. You can request on the Dark Souls wiki. There's a thread on the forum rather, where you can request to have items mule over to you, where you get 99 of all the items, and then you're expected to propagate that to other people that want it. So basically at this point, there really is no more skill. It's supposed to be like a skill-intensive game, and that's pretty much out the window for the PvE part of the game. There's so many tutorial videos and so many really super easy mode class setups. Pair that with the ability to transfer 99 of every item onto your character effortlessly. Anyone who's struggling to beat the game, they won't be struggling anymore. I'm against that. I think the Bottomless box glitch, I'm shocked it hasn't been patched. It's probably unlikely anything in this game will get patched at this point. I suspect the DLC rumor has finally been accepted as just a rumor that's not going to happen. No more patches. You know, all the things that players of a game don't want to hear, but kind of should have expected it from software. They make great games, they just don't seem to support them all that well. This guy tries to wrap me off the ledge, so I go ahead and Moonlight wave him a couple times. This is funny. You can tell the difference between someone who knows how to use Wrath of God and someone who's just mashing it. And that's a good example right there. Like, clearly out of his range. I'm doing my quality community taunt. But clearly out of his range, yet he's still mashing Wrath, even though I can roll through it. Not a wise choice, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm not a huge fan of this whole Bottomless box glitch. I understand the advantages of it. I've never used it, and I probably never will, because it just doesn't go with my ideology. But I completely understand the logic where you can make a PvP character and unlock the kiln to actually go PvP in it in, you know, no time at all, because you can transfer over all the souls that you need to open the kiln, all the Bequeathed Lord souls, and you can also transfer over Lord Gwyn's souls and things like that. Whatever you want, you can have in bulk, you know, 99 of it. It's all right there on that mule account going around, and even if you don't have access to a mule account, just moving items from one character to another makes things really, really easy. And I definitely understand the advantage of that if you want to play this game just for the PvP at this point, which is kind of where I am, because I've done probably 15 playthroughs now. So I'm kind of just burned out on the playthroughs. But I do like the PvP, and there's all these different builds I want to try. Even right now in my head, I've got these really awkward builds I want to try and stuff like that, but it just takes a long time to make them, legitimately. Whereas the Bottomless box glitch kind of goes around that. Unfortunately, the Bottomless box glitch doesn't discern how people are doing it, or why people are doing it, rather. So if someone basically just wants to turbo through single player, no problem, even on their first playthrough, hey, they can do that. If someone wants to make a quick PvP character, that's probably the most legitimate use for it. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad. Okay, if someone just wants to make the ultimate low-level character in 20 minutes as opposed to 4 hours. You know, there were people that would like invade in the Berg and stuff like that. Oh, my phone goes off as usual once per commentary. There were people that would invade you with really overpowered characters like, you know, +5 chaos weapons, the whole 9 yards. But at least when they did it in the old days before the glitch was discovered, they had to play through the game, get all that crap without leveling up at all, which is hard enough. I mean, you'll have plenty of people on the forums or on YouTube will say it's super easy, wasn't hard at all. And that might be true, but I can say that they probably game overed a couple times even if they deny it. And it's not really a test of how manly you are. My point is basically just in that, at least when that used to happen, the ultra low level invasions in the kiln, someone had to work. Someone had to, oops, I'm getting a phone call. Someone had to work to grief you that hard. And that made it a little better, at least in my mind, like, wow, they wasted that much time of their life to do that. But now it's just an instant thing, which is why there's so many low-level griefers in the kiln. It's just completely out of control. And I'm sorry my phone's making all that noise. I thought I just put it on silent, but I guess not. So I'm obviously against the bottomless box glitch. Totally understand why the community wants it to stay in. Get all that, accept that, not faulting anybody, but just ultimately saying that it created a lot of problems for the community. Most of these problems will never go away. Like this guy here has 99 divine blessings. Normally very few players, if any, would have 99 divine blessings. This guy, on the other hand, can get 99 over and over and over with the bottomless box glitch, which is very frustrating because it's an almost unpunishable heal. It pops pretty much at the same speed as a grass from Demon Souls, which is incredibly fast. So it's actually even faster. And unlike Demon Souls, this game has poise, so they can resist a hit or two before they get staggered. In other words, they get easy free heals that are so fast they're unpunishable. Now, I've had people pop those on me before and it wasn't a big deal because they only popped 1 to 0 because, you know, they didn't have 99 of them. It was a very rare resource and you didn't want to waste them. Well, now because people are duping them, it's becoming more and more common for me to see people carrying 99 of them, popping them like crazy, and there's really no way to prevent that from happening because they happen so fast, as I've been saying. But look how fast it is. That's a full heal at like 1/5 the time of a humanity pop. It's insane. I guess this just goes to say, or goes to show you, if you're looking to start invading, if you're looking to PvP, carrying a stack of 99 Estises just became mandatory. It went from sort of an optional item that you might need if you're like in a 2v1 and the host was flasking his head off to, yeah, you gotta have that. So, just a shift, once again caused by the bottomless box glitch. I think the greatest tragedy of the whole affair is there was a glitch back in the good old days called the Dragon's Head glitch, which basically lets you in a couple of hours get max level, like soul level 712 or whatever level you wanted to start at. So basically you could go up to soul level 125 in like, 2 hours easily or less, like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you can make any character build you wanted, and then you just had to play through the game. But at least you could play through the game fully leveled and do your stat build and everything like that and test your weapons and all that cool stuff. You just had to go find your gear and you had to beat through all the bosses and stuff like that. And they patched that out, and then, before they patched out, a lot of members of the community were screaming, this is outrageous, this is way too good, why is this in the game? Oh my god, please patch this out. So then software finally did. And, I respected that decision too. I didn't think it was a big deal, because ultimately it just really let them reach the soul level that everyone wanted to PvP at, so it actually seemed like a really good idea to me. Then unfortunately, software patched it out, which is only unfortunate because now I hear a lot of people talking about how the bottomless box glitch needs to stay in so we can all PvP and keep making easy PvP characters, when now it's even easier to reach max level because you can just get 99 great hero souls and 99 hero souls, etc., etc. So, the bottomless box glitch is basically the ultimate trick to level up. Best level, best gearing trick ever, best glitch ever for low effort everything. So, my ultimate logic, if you need to have a glitch to make it so people can PvP easily, let's go back to Dragon's Head, so at least then they only get the level, which was a good compromise. Because now we're in that situation where everybody has all the items they want too, and now everyone just has everything. They have everything they need. So clearly you know my thoughts on this issue. I find the whole thing pretty bothersome, but it's really out of my hands and it's unlikely to go away. And I'm not really raging so much as I'm just asking the community to sort of acknowledge the negatives that that glitch has put into the game. Specifically the 99 Divine Blessings and the easy low-level griefing. I think those are the biggest offenders. So leave your thoughts in the comments if this is something you're interested in commenting on. Share your thoughts. I'm always happy to see everyone in the comments. I try to reply as many as I can if I actually have a relevant reply. But as always, that's the end of the video. Thanks everyone for watching, and I had a great time. Alright, I'll see you all next time.